Howdy fixers. So today we're going after this 1997 S60 Volvo ignition problem. So what is going on? It doesn't seem like an ignition problem when you're having issues with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the key on and I'm going to try to use the blinkers. And you can't use the blinkers. So you can use the wipers, but you can't shift it from park to drive or any of that stuff, but we don't have any wipers. This car has 22,000 miles on it, which most of you probably will agree that's really low miles for a car that's, well, it's what, 28 years old, close, 25 years old, I think that's what it is. So it's possibly that some contact points or something like that could be tarnished, wouldn't you agree? So here on the ignition switch, if I do this a whole bunch, and on the inside there is the contact points on the ignition switch. Now my blinkers work, and this blinker works, and now this comes out of gear. So I'm thinking that this may just need to be shined up a whole bunch. So I'm gonna go crazy and just do this a whole bunch of times and see what happens, because this probably hasn't been used because of the low mileage very much. So it may be a moot point. There may be actually some green corrosion in there because they put like a gel on the contacts, like a dielectric, so it may have drawn some moisture in there and caused issues. But I'm gonna try this because getting an ignition switch is probably 2 to 3 weeks out, and I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna do this probably for about 15-20 minutes, or until the battery dies, until I get it figured out. If that doesn't happen, I am gonna attempt to pull apart the ignition switch and shine up contact points and see if that is the issue. But right now, after doing that a whole bunch, it doesn't work. So I'm gonna move, the key up and down, and that's more likely what the issue is. So I'm gonna go off and go on, nothing. And so I'm gonna grab the key and I'm just going to move up, and you heard it kick on there. So I think that is what the issue is. There's probably something that might be just a little bit loose. So there's a spring not letting it contact. So I'm gonna turn it off. Blinker was left on, push up, there she goes. So there may not be anything I can do for it. I may have to replace the ignition switch. So I've jumped ahead a little bit. I've taken these bottom screws that hold this clamshell in place. There's like 2 10s on each side, 10 Torx, and then there's 25 Torx. So this is your ignition switch. There has like a fancy plastic cover that I've taken off, and it has these wires on here. If you're not too careful, you can push these wires straight out. So this is the actual ignition switch here, and where it bolts at is right there. So when you're twisting the key and you're getting it to go on or off, you're actually twisting this part here. So I'm gonna turn the key on, and blinker is on. So let's see if we can watch the magic happen here. So there's not working, so I'm gonna push up, and it didn't move there, so I'm gonna turn the key off. Blinker comes back on. Well, now it's gonna work every time. So let's see, there it goes. So it's not working, as you can see. So now I'm going to twist it. You'll hear it click. There it goes. So there's contacts in here that are giving the issues. Like I said, I'm not sure if I can get this open. I'm gonna see if I can get a little better picture of it on the internet before I get all crazy, but I may just have to get a new switch.
Fixer good. Be a fixer. Be your own.